Excellent, everybody. Well, welcome to another Champions Way webinar. This is Sensei Nick, and we have Kyle Byers here, social media / landscape. So your website's in the middle of all these other boxes and flows that are going on, okay? So if you look at the top, okay, again, your website's always in the middle because that's the centerpiece of your media, okay? I said this about 3 years ago that you are your own media company. So if you haven't recognized that yet, you're probably starting to realize it now because no one else is going to do it except for you. So if your website's in the center of this whole landscape of what we're trying to cover, the reason why is because all these other things are driving people back to your website. So that is the goal, is to drive, whether you're using Google+, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever platform we're talking about, we're trying to drive all that traffic back to our website. And just to give you a couple things to think about, Pinterest, obviously the newest and fastest growing social platform, is driving more referral traffic, okay, driving more referral traffic to your website, okay, than Google+, Twitter, and YouTube combined. That's because everyone's there. Everyone's on there. It's very active, okay? It's not like Twitter, okay? It's not where some people register for Twitter and then they're just never on there again. Same thing with Google+. A lot of people are on Google+, but they're not on there. Pinterest is very interactive. So let's just start first with the top. So we're going to start with landing pages. So if you're not familiar with a landing page is, I'm going to give you some examples. So let's start first with this. Move this button over here. There we go. Okay. So I brought up a website, one of our social sites that we recently produced. I really like this social site, and that's the reason why I'm using it today. So what I'm going to show you is a couple things here. The landing pages are spread out in a couple different places. So the first thing is if you go to the program buttons, okay, you'll see Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Krav Maga, etc. So if you go to Muay Thai, you'll notice there's a brief description. At the bottom, you have the Get Started Today. That is what links you to the landing page, okay, the summer special free trial. And here's the HTML, here's the link for this landing page. So, it's also in your back end. We have a tab that's called Landing Pages. So let me show you something real quick on that one, okay, just to show you exactly how this works. Okay, this will give you a really good indication of where your landing pages will be. So I'm going to log into the website. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the landing page tab. So each quarter, okay, we make landing pages for our social media clients, and they'll just keep adding on. And then when they get to over here, then there's a drop-down box because you never know if you want to use a landing page again. You might have something that's very effective, so you could select whether it's something for our niece, knife defense. Okay, he's got a couple different styles of landing pages here. This is for no-gi, BJJ, summer special. He's got a whole bunch of different types of landing pages. Now, if you went into my site, I've been doing this for the longest out of any of our clients. So let me show you what mine looks like over here. So I go to landing pages. You're going to notice tons of landing pages. Okay, like these are all the landing pages, and then there's a whole drop down. Everything from Muay Thai, Zumba, kickboxing, Beachbody Boot Camp, back to school special, Little Dragons Pro Shop special, Columbus Day, punch cards, birthday parties. These are all my different types of landing pages. So these are my tools. Okay, this is a part of my arsenal when it goes out into marketing. So I could take any one of these links, okay, right here, and I could use it in a variety of ways. So if we went back to the social media landscape, if we went back to that, let me just go back. You'll notice here I have links, okay? So besides just leaving them on your website, which would be really terrible, okay, and not doing anything else, you need to take these and you need to market them. So there's a couple different ways you could do so. Obviously, I can go to Facebook. So let's just do a test one here. I'll go to my Champions Way, or my Champions Facebook page. So we'll go to Champions. There we go, okay? All right, and then from here, let's just go in here and do a nice little post. So we have a pretty decent amount of fans here, 2,000 fans. And I would just go to status, and I can put on here, check out our summer special. Okay, now I could use a bit.ly link. I'm just going to save my time. That's a link shortener. And then I just post it on here like this. So then now it's in my little misspelling there. There we go. Okay, we'll post that. All right, and if someone clicks this, then it goes there. All right, that's one way. The other way I was showing in a previous webinar was through email marketing. So I did a basic campaign here. I'm going to go back to my office. Okay, let's go to emails. Sorry, wrong one. And I just had 2 instructors come back from one of working with. I could take any email and I could basically just make something like this. Just click here for 2 free weeks. I could use any one of those landing pages, okay, in any type of email marketing campaign. And for those of you that are not doing any type of email marketing, doing email marketing without a link is a really big mistake. It's really simple, but whenever you have a call to action or you're explaining anything, there needs to be a link. I'm big in links. I want to have links everywhere. Okay, so in the email marketing, any type of email, I always like to have a capture or something at the end. Whether you're using a box or you're just using something simple like this, it doesn't really matter. But as long as you have a call to action with the landing page. Okay, another way to use it would be doing text message marketing. I'm not sure if any of you guys are using that currently, but sending links to text message or to people's cell phones and sending them right to a landing page is an effective way to offer them some type of special. Okay. If you're using multiple keywords, like for having one for leads and prospects, it's very effective. For example, if I'm doing a seminar on bully prevention at a local school system, or I'm doing something for middle schools on mixed martial arts and building confidence, I could just tell them to text, free lesson to 64842 or whatever the keyword is, and then they opt in, and then when I get back, I could actually send them a message for an offer. That is the more effective way to do it than spending and wasting money on flyers that are never going to make it to their house. Okay, so that is another way. Another way would be Twitter. Another way would be Pinterest. Okay, this is an example right here of how I use a landing page with using Pinterest. So this is some HTML code that we give to our SMO clients, and you can just basically make your own page, add your own logo, add anything in here, and if you click it, it takes you to a landing page. I'm sorry, I actually linked this back to my blog actually. So if you notice this, it would take me there, and basically from there, again, using another way to use landing pages. So Pinterest is a huge one. Anytime I upload an image, if I just went here and went to add, I'm not going to really go through and look for some type of amazing image, but let's just take any image I have on my desktop. I can just go here like this, all right, and then just go down here at the bottom. Let's see what we have here. Let's see here. Quote of the day: life is photography we develop from the negatives. I like that quote. Okay, what I can do is I can go to quotes to live by. That's what I have, or I can put on my champions page, whatever is more efficient. All right, so I'll just go here, quotes to live by, and I can say, start training today. Oops, caps lock. All right, and then from here, that's it. I can just say, click the image for 2 free weeks of martial arts lessons. All right, and then I pin it, and then what I'll do is I'll edit this and just add a link. So let me show you what I mean by that. So just give it a second to pin, go to edit, and that's it. From here, I can just go there and save the pin. All right, that's it. And then from there, you click this, it brings you to a landing page, to our summer special. Okay. Those are a couple of different scenarios and different ways that you can use landing pages. Okay, if you look at my site, I have 7 capture forms on the home page. 1 is right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 8, 9. I have 9 different forms on my page on my site. My site's one of the oldest social sites. Might not look the best. Like if you look at the new style, the new ones are looking, just amazing. Just really awesome. So that's a simple way of using that. So let's go back to the social media landscape. The other thing we had was students. Okay, so these are the ways that you need to promote it. So I could take my landing pages, email my students, and say, please share this with all your friends. Okay. Now, if you're going to do that, I would recommend adding a field that would say referred by, because if you're adding a contest, I just gave you an idea right there that will be really easy for you to get some students. So you're doing a back-to-school referral contest. You make a back-to-school referral landing page. You ask your students to share it, and what do you make in the form? You ask referred by. So those are all the different ways you can use landing pages. And let's move on to the next one. Oh, analytics. I also forgot about that. Let me show you one little thing about that. If I go to Google Analytics, let's see where we are here. All right. Perfect. Okay. So if you notice here, the other unique thing is if you're not studying the data and seeing if your landing pages are working or converting, the average visit duration, what I'm looking at here is my landing pages. Okay, so under search engine optimization, landing pages, okay, I could see all the different places people are going, and I could see how long they're going there. All my landing pages are connected, all right, all of them. So I could see like how many visits, okay, the average duration, and the bounce rate. So that way I could look back and say, well, okay, well, these are my most popular ones right here. Okay, these are my most popular landing pages. These are working efficiently, but those are the ones that I really don't want to look at. I want to look at them and study just basic data, but what I want to do is I want to look at the ones that are getting very little. Okay, if they're not getting if they're not even getting anywhere, no one's even visiting them, that's not good. Okay, so these ones over here I know are like on what I call code red. Okay, they need to be changed immediately. All right. So that's how you would use Google Analytics to measure your landing pages, and if you're not doing that, you want to make sure that you start. Okay, so the Learning Center. Now, what I want to talk about here is your website, and we've seen a trend in the martial arts that every website is set up for lead generation. Okay, no matter what company you work with, you see everyone's got some type of capture form, some type of something that's trying to capture information. Now, what you guys want to do is you want to think outside the box. And that's why we developed the Learning Center. Okay, so the Learning Center is an application you develop that is for your students, okay, and it's also for leads and prospects, and offering them a course that will edu-sell them on why they should train in the martial arts. When I say edu-sell, okay, bully prevention, tips on focus, all those different types of things, that's marketable on social media. People are interested in things that help them. Okay, the landing page where I put up there, just check out the summer special, don't expect anywhere nearly as the amount that you would get from offering a free bully prevention kit, a free focus kit, a free women's self-defense kit, a free kickboxing kit, anything, courses or kits. They're the same thing really. Okay, a kit is a little bit shorter than a course. Okay, so the Learning Center, let's show you real quickly how we do that. So I go to my website, and I would go to my app store, and I would basically come over here, and then I would actually have to log in again. 1 second, because I would log into another site. Okay, and you would go to Learning Center, and you would install it, and then your Learning Center would look something like this. Okay, I have a couple different courses in here. So you have your courses. I have free fitness evaluation, free personal training online course. I just gave you some examples of what you could be using. Now in August, we're providing all of our clients with the content that goes along with this. All right, that you could put in there, except for videos. Videos you might want to make by yourself, and then you offer people the option of taking place in this course. So it's for free bully prevention. They would come here, they would go through it, and obviously at the end we would use the book me or the buy now feature. Okay, because if they're going through it, we want to make it automatic for them to go through it and then buy. So you can connect it to the scheduler where they can book themselves for a private lesson. Okay, or you can use the buy now feature that will give them a call to action, 2 lessons for $19.95. It goes right into your store. So the Learning Center is an integral part of having your website social, okay, and keeping it interactive, and also driving people to your website. Right now, most people your students are leaving because there's no reason for them to go here. So this is a vital part that you must get implemented as soon as possible. Okay, so let's move on from that. Google Plus. All right, we talked about some platforms have more people on them than others. So when we're talking about Google Plus, if we're talking about Pinterest, if we're talking about any of these, Google Plus, the thing is, let's go to that real quick. So here's my page. I'll show you what that looks like real quick. All right, and I'll go to Champions Martial Arts. You see the About section. All right, and then from here you have, I'm going to use some keywords. I have some photos in here. I recommend uploading some videos. And I get lazy, but I think whenever you're posting something on Facebook, you should come over here and post it to Google+. All right, we can't do that for our clients yet because Google has not opened their APIs, so we cannot use that using our tools that we use to promote on social channels. Make sure whenever you're actually listing on here, you're listing everything. So I have links to my Twitter, to my Facebook, some free trials, my website, school hours. The worst thing people will do is come in here and there'll be nothing here whatsoever. Now, the thing you want to look at again, okay, is I base everything on data. So if I look at my traffic, all right, let's just go to, let's see. Social. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but they've added a new thing called social on Google Analytics, and I can see that surprisingly enough, which I'm not really surprised. Okay, I shouldn't say that, because people are on Google. That is always going to be the number one way people find their website. But look what's creeping up, number 2. Look at those numbers. Pinterest, okay, Digg, because I post all my blog articles to Digg, all right? But Pinterest and Google Plus and Facebook, not much of a difference. So if you're posting more on Google Plus, they're going to reward you, especially when you're producing good content. You're going to get more people are going to find you. Your posts will show up in the actual Google pages, the Google search. So this is very interesting data that I came across and wanted to share with you. Okay, let's move on. So Google Plus, we talked about the offer, having a capture form on there, the profile building filled out. Make sure you're posting reviews. You could always ask your clients to add some reviews. You might want to send them a link to that or have them do it in the school. You want to try to get comments and +1s and shares. It's very important. Okay, and that's it. Email nurturing. So you're getting leads that are coming in, and the biggest challenge is always following up with the leads. Okay, so you don't follow up with them. You know, maybe your receptionist or whatever follows up with them once or twice. So do you have an email nurturing system in place? Well, we have a whole course for our SMO clients that basically is an email nurturing course, and we've just actually got everything worked out with it. So you go to email nurturing, and there's a webinar for you to watch. And what we do is we do a series of emails, and we make it more socially engaging. So when you go to lead nurturing, there's a whole section here that tells about 8 autoresponders. So if a lead has not been contacted or converted, then we send out a series of 8 emails. And what we did was we're now asking our clients to get the scheduler and the book me section set up. That way we can get this to work efficiently. So they could book themselves or buy now. So you need to choose one or the other. So you go through here, and then what you do is you actually have to fill out some information of what you want in here. Or if you don't want it, these are the people that approved it. And that's how you get going with the email nurturing course. If you're not doing that, or if you need to make your own, I would highly recommend getting that going as soon as possible. So your website, social media landscape, tabs. There were 3 things I wanted to talk about when it comes to tabs. What others are saying, success stories. All right, I'm going to show you a really good one here that, and what we're doing for them now is adding actually some videos. So we added the text, but if he has a nice tab here. Let's just pull up East West Karate and Fitness. Shout out to Shihan Mike Vaca, one of the most successful school owners in the world. If you go to Success Stories, have a tab in there that talks about your stories. Now, he didn't have any videos, so he's in the process of making them. But you want to have, obviously videos would be a lot more efficient. And then what I would be doing is I would be, pretty, aggressive, and I would add something on there, buy now, or start today. And then from there, they can have the option. Because if people are reading and watching videos and they're getting excited, they capitalize on that engagement, capitalize on it. All right, again, if you're driving people and using all these things we're talking about, you're going to see way more traffic. All right, let's move on. So success stories, virtual intro, I would put that in the Learning Center. This is something that you're going to see us doing, and will be released in August. But the virtual intro is, instead of giving them sheets, drive them to your website, so they have to go to your website. And then there's a series of videos that explain the intro lesson based on age. And then what you could also do is when you start getting, the kids are signing up, they will start showing their friends. And, if you want to make it private, that's fine. You'll have to give them one username and password to all of your students, and that would be the most efficient way to do it, so that when they cancel, they don't have access to it. But I want my students to show their friends. That's what it's all about. So keep that in mind, and hopefully you can take some of those ideas. So your website, okay, is connected to Perfect Mind. This is the all-in-one solution. So Perfect Mind, what we do is there's 3 main components, okay, to what we're trying to show you here. Let me go back to Mission MMA. I love this site here. So, okay, this is your website, but it's also Perfect Mind. I can just go right here. Okay, I'm actually already. I can just go to Office, and even though I'm on my website, let me log in here again. Sorry about that. Okay, so when I go to my office, I'm basically inside Perfect Mind. This is it, and it's going to be even better when version 3 comes out. So I can go into my school, I can go in and do everything. Everything's in one place. And then if I wanted to go to, let's see here, I want to show you some reports here. Let's go to social site, all right, and actually let's go to Office. Sorry about that. We'll go to reports. So all these different platforms we're talking about, if you go under marketing, what we do is we build you custom reports so you can see, okay, if your leads are coming in from social site. So this is what it would look like. You have your mobile site, you have your desktop site. To give you actually a better version, so you can see, because their site didn't even go live yet. Okay, that site didn't even go live yet. So check this out. So let me log into my school. All right, and then from here, let's go to reports, and you'll see I could show you the difference between my mobile site and my desktop site. So my mobile leads, here's my mobile leads. Not bad, not great, but not bad. 27, and that's almost in the year. And then if I go to my social site, see where we're up to now. 253, pretty good, pretty good. I've been pretty slow the past couple of days, but this is very easy for your instructors to manage, okay, or the program directors, because they go in here and then they can just go in and put whether the person's been contacted yet, whether they've not been contacted yet. It's very simple, okay? So that's how that works. All right, so let's move on. That is everything for Perfect Mind. Blogging and using the lounge. A lot of people, you know, it's things that take a lot of work. Few people ever really follow through with. But blogging can be it's actually, Google loves blogs. And if you're blogging efficiently and using that on your lounge, you know, that's something you want to do. So if anything you take out from here that you're not doing is going to retract from the amount of actual traffic you're going to drive to your site. These are all traffic generators, okay? Even when someone comes in and then when they're doing email nurturing, everything's connected to your website. Every page we take them to is from the website. So that's, again, it drives them back to the hub. Google Plus takes them to your website. Learning Center, that's your website. Landing Pages takes them to your website. Okay, all that. Blog takes them to the website. Google Analytics, we went through that. Okay, Facebook, you have your special offer. You have what you should be doing in school, which a lot of people fail on it sometimes. Videos and pictures. You know, and having a two-way conversation and engaging. All right, so if you notice now lately, a lot of things you know, are becoming a lot more about pictures. Okay, and we have a whole section for our SMO clients. Let me share where that is. If you just go to your Social Media 2.0 library, okay, and then you go to Content for Social Channels, and click here. It takes me to the Doc Center, and all these ads are available, and all these pictures, and we have more content coming as well. For images that you can be using and posting on Facebook. All right, so images are a lot more efficient than posting just regular text. So we're moving everything towards pictures, and we're changing the content, and we're actually providing people with a template similar to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let's go to my desktop, my computer. So this is what I have, like libraries of social content. But what we're doing is we're making templates for our clients. Instead of having Perfect Mind, you'd have things like this. And then what you do is you put them in a publisher and you add different tips. So you could do instructor tips, you could do school tips, black belt tips, black belt club tips, whatever. These are the types of things you need to use. Okay, so we're providing everybody with that content coming in August. All right, so Facebook, we talked about that. Pinterest, okay, let's go over that really quickly. All right, Pinterest, I'm going to go to my page for Champions Way. So let's go to championsway.com/. So if you look at this, this is a good model that you should be using for your school. Okay, what others are saying, a lot of people don't even know that you can embed videos, okay, right into Pinterest. So your testimonials can be a series of videos. Okay, that way, again, look at this. This is just awesome. I love this, okay? So this tells you one of our clients. He's talking over here, and you can do the same thing. You take your testimonials, all right, and these are boards. So your boards should be something along these lines. What others are saying, our programs, upcoming events, recorded webinars. We have a series of recorded webinars up here that people can watch. Our team, you should have our staff. Our events you could have. You could have, just different events at your school. So these are the types of boards you want to make. Now, what you want to make sure you do is that you make your URL like this, pinterest.com/championsway. So when you create a page, make it around your business name page. You'll get found easier by Google than versus the way I have it for my school right now is just having a board. So I set up Champions Way. This is what I set up for them. It's very simple and clean, and you can do the same thing for yourself. Okay, and then basically from here, this is where everything ties in together. So if you're not using landing pages, if you're not using Learning Center, if you're not using Google Plus, anything we're not talking about here, you are going to lose traffic. So what I'll do now, guys, is I have about 10 minutes to open the forum for some questions about anything I covered today, and that is social media now and how we're putting everything together using Perfect Mind. So let's open the forum for some questions, and if there's anything at all, please don't hesitate to ask. And we do have a discount special today for anybody that is interested in becoming a Champions Way client. So I'll talk about that briefly after the questions. Question: how much do you use Twitter? Me personally, I tweet probably about 2 to 3 times per day. I believe for a martial arts school, it's very difficult, to get it going. Most of your clients, are probably not on Twitter, so it's very difficult to get it moving. I don't even know. I think I broke like a couple thousand followers, maybe. But I could tell you I have gotten nothing from my school from Twitter, and I have over like 3,000 followers. So, I do use it. I use it more for B2B, which is business to business, which is to connect with clients. But when it comes to business to consumers, I think it's a lot more challenging for a martial arts school to use Twitter. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. I'm just saying that, I found it to be a pretty big time waster when I tried using it for my school. I think we have like 500 followers. And it seems like, again, I think I mentioned earlier, a lot of platforms people register for, and Twitter is one of the ones where so many people register and then they're never active. Okay, guys, well, there's no other questions for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Social media now to tell you a little bit about what we do and also how you can do it yourself, okay? And if there's any questions at all, you can always email me at sensei.nick@championsway.com. If anyone is not a client and is interested in becoming a member of Perfect Mind, we are giving the first month $100 credit towards the first month. So if there's any other questions, if not, we'll be logging off. We'd like to thank everybody for attending today. On behalf of Champions Way, this is Sensei Nick and Kyle Byers. Thank you so much for all your efforts, sir. Okay, guys, on behalf of Champions Way, this is Sensei Nick signing off.